Hey guys, and welcome back to the totally normal Gran Turismo 5 playthrough. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, I recommend doing so, cause they're gonna provide a lot of context on where we are now. Anyways, I welcome you back to the world of Gran Turismo 5. Now, if you don't know, there was a certain car which I wanted to buy back in episode 4. And apparently you can get it as a prize car for doing a license. So, let's go do that right now. And yeah, that's the B license complete. So I successfully completed the National B license.
Congratulations!
And got Epic Typhlosion's Mazda Demio, which I'll never use. Especially this late into the game. We'll worry about the rest of the licenses later. But for now, let's go to the dealership and buy a Gallardo so I can get Gallardo Cup out of the way. Hold up, just need to make it look like cheese. And just like that, we're set. Anyways, let's go race other Lamborghini Gallardos. The first and the only race is at Rome Circuit. So let's see how I do. And so the race started off strong with the Gallardo. First corner and I immediately overtake 3 Gallardos. On the next corner, I managed to overtake this white Gallardo. Then these 2 Gallardos on the next corner weren't too difficult to overtake either. Overall, this race was really easy. I don't know what it is, maybe these race tires just make everything 100 times easier. Either way, I won the race. And got awarded my hard-earned 36,000 credits. And yeah, that's Gallardo Cup. Wow, that was quick. Anyways, let's see what we get as a prize car for winning this event. A Delta... You're kidding. Well, I guess doing that single race was worth it after all. I mean, I don't really know what I can use this for, but we'll see. Anyways, let's go beat Turbo Sports Series using Serial Killer's Stage 2 R32, which I won back in episode 8. And before I forget... Anyways, let's go race turbo sports cars, which honestly are no match for the HPA Golf. Or at least I think that's gonna be the case. The first race is at High Speed Ring. Who will win? Oh boy, I won't know who. Anyways, let's see how I do. And so the race started. Not even the first corner came around and I'm already out accelerating the GTR. And then I managed to pull off a quintuple overtake the same way I did it in Supercar Festival back in episode 9. Now, there really isn't anything else for me to talk about, so here's another long-awaited montage of my terrible drifting skills.
Eyes don't shut, I dissipate into thin air, leaving no trace. Distant voice, not listening. Why don't you just save your breath? All of your words feel like jail. It blocks the sun and makes me stale. Not enough gold in
Insert explosion here. But anyways, I just cruised to the finish line and won the race. And earned 36,000 credits as a reward. You know what, now that I think about it, this race might just become my next money method. The second race is at Monza Circuit. The Legacy stood no chance as I managed to overtake it in the first 5 seconds. And then I managed to overtake the 5 remaining cars, including the Toyota Aristo, which I haven't seen since episode 4. Overall, some can even say this was easier than the high-speed ring race. Then the rest of the race is just plain boring, so back to the drift montage.
But my tongue swallow the pain, a bit disturbed by these displays. Now we've got nothing to say, the silence growing delayed. So here we are drifting apart, neither willing to drop their guard. Haven't we got something to say, the distance growing delayed. From years and years of pain, the cracks go deeper than
Insert explosion here.
we can say. Let's take a good look at where we are now. Maybe the end's the start that we need. Give me one reason to take the breath we breathe for granted. Hold it in so long that you forget to say. Give me one reason to
Insert explosion here.
remain confined within the fences. Here with you and my soul on display. But my tongue swallow the pain, bit disturbed by these displays. Now we've got
But overall, the race was so easy in fact that the biggest challenge was not falling asleep. And just like that, I have the easiest 36,000 credits I've ever earned. And yeah, that's Race of Turbo Sport series. After all that, let's see what I get as a prize car for winning this event. The Lancer EX, another redundant prize car. And I've already completed Japanese 80s Festival, so yeah, this thing is useless. Now I know that all that I'm doing in this episode seems like I'm rushing it, but that's because for most part, I already have the cars I want to use in each event. Anyways, let's go beat Polyphony Digital Cup using the Shizeta V16T, which I also won back in episode 8. And if you're wondering, no, I did not put racing tires on it. Why? Because I like torturing myself. Anyways, the first race is at Madrid Mini, a track which I haven't been to in a while. Anyways, let's see how I do. Starting off strong with the Shizeta, as I managed to overtake the RX-7 before I even get to the first corner, which is where I managed to overtake the V8 Esprit. And then I got to the next corner, where I managed to overtake the BMW and then out-accelerated the Audi in front of it. If that's even an actual word. The next corner came around where I braked a little too late, and then I understeered into the wall. Insert explosion here. My skill issue allowed the RX-7 and the Impreza to pull away from me. But it's no big deal, as I managed to catch back up to the WRX Type RA by the next braking zone. And even though it took me a bit to catch back up to the RX-7, it wasn't a big threat to me either. Honestly, this track is giving me episode 5 flashbacks. And just like that, I managed to cruise to the finish line and take the win very easily. And earned 37,000 credits, which is a lot of money, to say the least. The second race of the championship is held at Trial Mountain. And now I'm getting episode 4 flashbacks, how sweet. And if I manage to beat a Shelby in an underpowered Silati, then I can do this too. Right off the bat, I did a bro thinks he's a rally car moment, which allowed me to catch up to the RX-7 and overtake it. After that, I managed to overtake the Esprit on
the jump.
Well, not much of a
Jump.
but you get what I mean. Unfortunately, the Esprit overtook me, but I managed to overtake it back very easily. And it wasn't until this section of the track that I managed to overtake the Audi and BMW. As for the WRX Type RA, I wasn't able to catch up to it by the end of the first lap. But I did manage to overtake it by doing another bro thinks he's a rally car moment, and then getting instant karma for something I didn't do like Mad Jester, which allowed the Audi to overtake me. But then I overtook it back on
the jump.
And then it took me a while to catch back up to the WRX Type RA, but once I did, it was very easy to overtake it. As for the RX-7, all I had to do to catch up was cut this corner, avoid the Yeet chicane, who knows what could have happened, and not spin out. And now that everything went as planned, I managed to successfully catch up to the RX-7, and then I overtook it on this downhill to uphill section. And now all that was left till the end of the race was me, the Shizetta, and its terrible engine sound. And then at the end, I cut this corner and once again avoided the Yeet chicane. Who knows what could have happened. Either way, I won the race, and earned 37,000 credits on top of that. The third and the final race is at Grand Valley Speedway. What the heck? First I was getting episode 5 flashbacks, then I was getting episode 4 flashbacks, and now I'm getting episode 8 flashbacks. Anyways, not even the first corner came around and I managed to overtake the Esprit, BMW, and Audi, already climbing up to the podium. Or so I thought, as the BMW and Audi overtook me, but I easily overtook them back. And then it took me all the way till almost the end of the first lap to try to catch up to the Type RA. But when I did finally catch up to it, overtaking it couldn't have been easier. I said overtaking it couldn't have been easier. There we go. And history repeats itself once again as I try to catch up to the RX-7. That is, until we got to this section of the track, where we've had a rare occasion of a GT5 AI car having a skill issue moment. And the same thing applied to the next sharp turn, which allowed me to catch up to the RX-7 a bit. And then I overtook it on the next corner. And even though there was a Ford GT in the race, that still wasn't enough to stop me from winning, earning 37,000 credits. Unfortunately, we're yet to reach level 24, but we might be able to in the next episode. And earned an additional 113,000 credits for winning the championship. And yeah, that's Polyphony Digital Cup. After all that struggling, let's see what I get as a prize car for winning this event. A 350Z. So let me get this straight. You're telling me that I did all of that work just to get a car that I already fucking own? Get this shit out of my garage. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. And that's about it for today's episode. And if any of you points out that I didn't do Supercar Nostalgia Cup this episode, I'm sorry. Please don't hunt me down. I promise I'll do it next episode. Anyways, if you enjoyed, which I know you did, like the video, and maybe even consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in episode 12.